All right, so here are the top 10 things to look for during the 2022-2023 season for a successful Knicks season, quote unquote. First things first, number 10, Tibbs is going to tib. Like, we got to get past this idea that he's going to change. He's not. He's in his 60s. His mindset is, Jeff Van Gundy, Pat Riley days, and that's all he seems to know. He has been gravitating a little bit towards analytics in a sense of pace. The Knicks were second to last in pace last year. I don't see them changing. The only team that was worse than them was the Mavericks, and they had a very good season, very successful season. So this reaffirms Tibbs' mindset. I'm thinking of Pibbs. So Tibbs is going to tib. Do not let yourself get frustrated on that. Don't get frustrated. He's not going to give time to the younger players. He's just not. He's going to give them, unless there's injury or COVID outbreaks or something else like that, that's the only time that he's going to do that. So move past. We're going to do this rapid fire because it's a top 10 list, so we want to move on. Tibbs is going to play a lot of the vets. That means Fournier, Randall, Rose. They're going to play a lot of minutes. They, hopefully not 35 plus. Hopefully he caps them at 30 to 32 minutes, if that. And specifically Randall, hopefully Fournier is closer to 25 and Rose is closer to 20. We'll see how it goes. We'll learn a little bit tonight, but not much. And again, if Tibbs does what he always does and fails, the silver lining is that he will not be here for long. The fans will not tolerate it. Dolan will hear about it. Dolan will be like, get rid of him or I'll get rid of you, in terms of speaking to Leon Rose. So, there's going to be positives and everything. We gotta focus on what we can focus on. And Tibbs won Coach of the Year two times with two different teams. So in his mind, he's going to double down, he's going to triple down, he's going to quadruple down. He's not going to change. Even his first presser, he said it's up to Fournier to lose the job. I don't think he's ever lost the locker room. People would run through walls for him, so move past that. Number 9, says it right there. Julius is going to learn from last year or he's gone. It's as simple as that. He's not going to have the same rope that he had last year. He knows he can't have another bad year. He knows it. He reads the tabloids. His friends read it. His wife reads the tabloids. He's very aware of what's going on. So he is not going to, I believe, going to replicate the season that he had last year. I can't see it. It's his bounce back year. It's his chance for a bounce back year. He's 1 month. I give him one bad month. 1 month of poor body language, poor posturing, poor shooting, poor decision making to be gone. And at that point, they'll trade him for Gordon Hayward. They'll give a few second rounders to Charlotte, who's going to be trashed themselves. And he'll go down to Charlotte, and we won't get much, if anything, except for an injured Gordon Hayward that will be the 15th player to cheer on. And that's the worst case scenario for the Knicks. They want to rebuild his reputation. They want to rebuild his stock in the NBA. They want to get him rolling. He has 2, if not 3 capable point guards to help him get his shots where he wants to. So there are no more excuses, Julius. It's either now or you're gone. That's it. And this is important because inside information has indicated, even in training camp this year, that Julius understands that RJ is the dude. Even if Julius is making more, he understands that RJ manages the media, manages pressure well. He is deferring. He is getting his Pippen on. He is leaving it alone. And this is a good thing because, it's really tough when you're on the top getting all those arrows, especially in the New York media. So, he's gonna take a backseat approach for sure. And again, this is gonna be beneficial for him. If he wants to leave and he wants to go somewhere else, it's in his benefit to play well. Because if you're playing well, other teams are gonna want you. They're gonna give compensation to the Knicks that is fair and equitable. So they'll make that they'll make that decision easier because they will get picks back instead of sending picks out. So if he plays well, his options improve. And if his option is, if he wants to stay in New York, then that's at his disposal as well. Number 8. Can Derrick Rose return to form? He missed, 65 games last year? He's on the wrong side of 30. He's playing slower and everything else. He's lost a lot of weight. He looked great in camp. He has to return to form for the Knicks to do well. When Derrick Rose is healthy and playing, even on the Knicks the year before, they were really hard to beat because you got scoring from the starting unit and you got scoring from the bench unit. And Rose, he said something very important in the press conference. That young man that's 22 years old that I used to be had a lot of pride. I killed that guy a long time ago, or I killed that pride a long time ago. And that's important because if it comes from him sitting in the fourth quarter, he doesn't have an issue. If IQ is hot, he's going to keep feeding him. Derrick Rose is just a perfect vet to have. There's no ego on this guy. He's made his money. He's gotten his MVP. He's done it all. He wants to help them bring along. So he has to return to form if the Knicks want to be successful this year. And Rose is tied with Tibbs. I believe if Tibbs gets fired, Rose is gone. Rose will go to the Lakers or the Clippers or anywhere else where he feels he has a shot at a championship, even the Celtics. It doesn't matter. He's going to go where the championship goes if Tibbs is gone. I don't see him staying on here and being happy and productive without Tibbs here. Is Rose going to finish games? That's very important because Rose finished a lot of games, but IQ took a big step forward last year in terms of being that closer. Somebody has to sit. I know Fournier is not going to play in the fourth quarter, but you got Grimes, who's a bigger wing. You got Cam Reddish, who's long, can cause steals. You can put RJ at the 2. Rose, quick. Jalen is, they just paid him. Jalen's going to be one of those guys playing. So who's going to finish games? And if Rose finishes, and if they're going for the win, are we stunting IQ's growth and his trade value? Very important. Can Rose play 65 plus games? I think this is the magic number for him. If he plays 65 games this year, I think the Knicks are in the play-in tournament easily. Do they win the play-in tournament? That's another question. Number 7. Where does Cam Reddish fit? You traded a first-round pick, albeit one with a lot of protections. You traded a first-round pick for this guy, and Tibbs cannot stand him. He does not like him. He does not play him. What are we going to do with Cam Reddish? This is important. Focus, people. Focus. Quentin Grimes in a walking boot during training camp. Does this open the window, albeit slightly, for Cam Reddish to get time? You can't grow as a flower without water, and you cannot grow as a basketball player without court action, without meaningful game minutes. Can he stay fundamentally sound? This is important. Cam Reddish seems to be like spacey. Like he gets lost on defense. He takes risks he should not take. And, Tibbs is not about that. Tibbs doesn't try to figure out a broken clock on the move. If it's broken, he puts it to the side and he goes with what works, which are vets. So he is not going to have patience for Reddish. He doesn't care if it increases his value, his trade value. He doesn't want to rehabilitate. He does not care. You practice hard, you play hard, you make sound defensive decisions, you will play. He had this issue in Atlanta. He was too smug about it. He needs to focus and be part of the team cohesion. Is this going to happen this year? Now, for his own benefit, there was a trade rumor this summer saying that he was going to get moved. Now, let's remember, they said he was going to get moved. Okay, this is very important. Most likely to the Lakers at that point. They were sniffing around. Now, is his motivation to play well, to stay in New York, or to increase his trade value so that he can get flipped for another first-round pick that they're going to want back? The Knicks are not going to give a first-round pick and then lose him for nothing or, a diminishing return. They want a first-round pick back. It is in the front office's best interest for him to play well, to get time, and to raise his value to be moved. That's it. Tibbs doesn't give a damn about that. So he's going to play him only if Reddish contributes to winning. Is Reddish going to put his foot down, his mind forward, concentrate, and get to where he wants to get to? And this is important because you're going to have Brunton, you're going to have Quickly, you're going to have Randall, you're going to have RJ attacking the basket. Reddish has to hit that open shot. He has a very sweet stroke. Can he be consistent with it? Can he shoot 35% plus from the free throw line? Can he stay out of foul trouble? There's a million things. Number 6. What are we doing this year? What's going to happen? Are we playing for the play-in? Utah just made all those trades because they were tired of being mediocre, and mediocre to them was 5 in the West. They knew they had no championship shot. Do the Knicks feel that we are better off playing for the play-in or tanking for a better draft position? You know, like, what's going to happen here? Like, what do we decide and when do we decide it? It seems like there's, you know, since they kept Fournier, they kept Randall, they kept Rose, they're going to attempt to win this year. And listen, there's camaraderie here apparently during training camp. Everybody was all smiles. There was no lingering hard feelings from the media day, from anything that you've heard. They have all been positive. Now, do they want to play until the All-Star break, till Christmas? Do they want to check the first month of the season? Do they want to be patient? Because this is the reason Rob Pelinka did not make that trade for Buddy Hield and Miles Turner in Indiana. He wanted to be patient. He wanted to see how things unfold. Are the Knicks of the same mindset? Do they want to wait until things unfold, see where they are, see where they compare, and then make a determination whether they're going to tank or not? That's for us to see. Is getting into the play-in tournament a success in Jim Dolan's eyes? Is it a success in Tibbs' eyes? Is it a success to Leon Rose, to the players? What are we doing? Now, do we want to follow the Jazz and Thunder model and break it down, get rid of every vet? Draft, let the young guys develop with no veteran leadership to speak of. If it was up to me, I would move Randall, I would move Fournier, and I would go for a solid draft position. I would only keep Rose, but I would keep Rose in a mentorship position to help the young guys learn how to play, how to eat correct, and everything else. You need one of these vets on the team. Would he be willing to do that? We have the third most picks behind the Jazz and the Thunder, I believe, in the NBA over the next 8 years. Do we keep adding to the stockpile, waiting until Christmas? I think Christmas is going to be the cutoff, because we do have, if I'm not mistaken, we do have a Christmas game. I can't remember who it's against, but I think that's the cutoff as to whether we determine whether we, you know, drop our vets and trade them, or we attack the play-in tournament with gusto. Victor Wembanyama, he's playing the G League this week. All the press is around him. Every team gets 3 credentials for scouts. That is insane for every game that he plays. So Wembanyama they're saying he's Giannis. They're saying at worst, he's KP. Like, this guy he looks and sounds special, man. Is he worth tanking? Can you stomach a year of just absolute misery to get this kid? I mean, we've done it. We've tried doing it before. Do we have the stomach to do that? Well, we're gonna find out. Don't get excited for the preseason. It means nothing. The Knicks had a good preseason last year. They beat the Wizards at the buzzer. It means nothing. Championship teams don't care if they go 0-4, 0-8, 0-6. They don't care. They don't play their players. They want to go through it and survive the preseason. They play like crap. Crappy teams play great. And listen, the famous Aaron Rodgers saying is relax. Preseason means nothing. Whatever happens tonight is not going to mean that we're going to get a championship. It is just to check out things and to see how everybody's functioning together. We're checking out the chemistry. We're checking out, how does Jalen Brunton fit with everybody? Is he a right fit for everybody together? This is what preseason is for, is to see things like that and to slightly adjust rotations. Tibbs in his mind already has his rotation set. Unless somebody came out like Jordan and dropped 50 in a practice, he's not changing his mind. You want to avoid injuries. Rose, injury prone. You know, you don't want Julius going down. Mitch is injury prone. Jericho Sims is struggling with an injury right now. Quentin Grimes has been out of camp. So you want to make it through preseason and not have injuries. You have injuries, it's going to really affect your year and the way you start the year. All it takes is like a 0-5 start to just absolutely destroy the narrative, especially in New York. And again, everybody, great players, always put something else in their bag during the offseason. RJ's been talking about working on his mid-range. Julius has been shooting. Julius has trimmed down in terms of weight. Derrick Rose has lost weight. Quentin Grimes looked great in the summer league. Can he maintain that play? He was more of a playmaker. IQ has said he's worked on everything. You want to see what's in these players' bag in the preseason. So, we're going to check that out. Now, this is number 4. This is important. The East is stacked, but it's not crazy stacked like that. Michael Jordan has left the building. LeBron has left the building, We have to relax. I think people are are automatically assuming that everything is going to repeat as it did last year. I don't think so. There's always a surprise every year. That's not true. Only the Sixers and Bucks, in my opinion, are a lock. They're a lock for a top 4 season. I believe they're going to be 1 and 2. Those are the best teams. They've had minimal drama. They've had great additions, and they've been relatively healthy. Everybody else, for me, I don't know what I'm going to get. So it's only the Sixers and the Bucks for me as of right now. Celtics have they have the youngest coach. He's 34. Their head coach that took him to the finals got caught in a very embarrassing scandal. That is turmoil. That is toxic. And he also checked Jalen Brown. Let's remember what the Celtics were when the Knicks beat them at the buzzer. They were one of the worst teams in the NBA, especially in the East. They were not good. They were muddling. And that head coach, he lit a fire in them. He will put his boot in their ass. Will this new coach do that? I don't think he has the cachet. I'm sorry. They did add a lot of nice pieces. They added Blake Griffin. They added Gallinari before he got injured. And they added Malcolm Brogdon, who's an amazing addition. So with those additions, yeah, I mean, I think they're going to make the playoffs, obviously, but I'm not locking them in top 4. I'm not. If they were to go to 6, I would not be shocked. I don't know why everybody's assuming that they've somehow figured it out. Losing your head coach in such a way, it's really detrimental. Again, the Heat lost PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker took the most difficult. He took the Durant's on. He would guard Giannis. He would guard, everybody that can score, Mikal Bridges and Luka. He's taking everybody. You lose that, that's a lot. Because what's going to happen now is Jimmy Butler has to be that dude that takes on those players. Does he have... Listen, I think he's almost 30. Can he do both sides of the ball now? He has to take the best offensive player on the other team, and he has to score buckets. So I don't know. I'm not convinced with the Heat either. Again, no world beaters here. The Raptors, they're young. We don't know. They're a mixed bag. They could be the number 1 seed or they can be a number 9 seed. I don't even know. Scotty Barnes, all-world talent. Can he take his game to the next step? OG Anunoby, he seems to have had a little bit of an attitude last year. Can he adjust? So there's a lot of question marks with the Raptors. I'm not sold on them either. Bulls probably lost Lonzo for the year. This knee issue is very troubling. It's very troubling. No one knows what's going on with that knee. They don't have playmakers. They have DeRozan, they have Zach LaVine, but again, they need that point guard. I'm not sold on them. I'm not sold on them defensively. I'm not sold on them with rebounds. I'm not sold on them with their mental toughness, except for DeRozan. So everything else is a mix. They're another team that they can miss the playoffs altogether, or they could be the 3rd seed. Who the hell knows? We don't know. Nets, that's what we call a hot mess. This is a girl that, has her clothes on from yesterday. She has a random credit card statement attached to her back. This is not a girl you date. All over the place. Please don't tell me the Nets are beating down the door on a championship team. This team can honestly go from the number 1 seed down to the number 12 seed, like last year that they just, they sucked last year. They got swept by the Celtics in the first round. So I'm not convinced. Ben Simmons is he back mentally, physically? Kevin Durant, his sensitive ass, is he back? Kyrie, what other psychotic thing is he gonna think of? Is he gonna think the sun is gonna explode? Is he thinking aliens are gonna invade? Who the hell knows with Kyrie? So Steve Nash is not respected in that locker room. It's a hot mess. So don't talk to me about the Nets. Don't talk to me about the Nets. And the Cavs. Listen, Cavs can be the 3rd, 2nd seed. They can go down to 8. Donovan Mitchell is a high usage player. He was all of the offense for Utah. He is not going to average 25 points with this Cavs team. Can he average 18 and be happy that they're winning? I don't know. Is he a diva? I don't know. Darius Garland is the stud. He is the god of Cleveland. He got that max deal. He's going to have the ball in his hands. He's going to score. Jared Allen is going to need lobs. It's going to be hard to keep everybody happy and everybody touching the ball. So I don't want to hear about the Cavs either, because it may take a few months for them to get on their feet. They may start losing right away and then work to build themselves up. So we need to relax with the Cavs too. Like they have the potential. That roster is solid. But again, chemistry is a funny thing, man. You look good on paper and you get on the court and your ass. So let's take it easy with the Cavs too. And look, these other teams, Hornets, Wizards, Pacers, Pistons, Magic, they're going to suck. They're all going to suck. Hornets don't have Miles Bridges. He beat the crap out of his wife. He might go to jail. Who the hell knows? He still has not signed the contract. Wizards, I don't even know what their GM is doing. It's like going to a burger place and asking for chicken wings and Chinese food. They make no sense. Their team is constructed weird. The Pacers, they're trying to tank. They're not going to do anything. The Pistons, nobody on the team can drink. Nobody on the team can drink. They're too young. They're not going to do anything. The Magic, same thing. Young, inexperienced. They're not going to win. So, like, those teams won't have any shot against the Knicks. I think the Knicks will be better than all those teams. And finally, and most certainly least, the Hawks. DeJounte Murray, they compromised their future for this guy. What did they give up? 3 first-round picks? 2 first-round picks? They give up a lot of first-round picks. And he has 2 years. He has something to prove. Can he play without the ball in his hands? Is he going to have the ball in his hands and Trey's playing off the ball? What's going to happen? We don't know. We don't know how that's going to mesh. They were not impressive last year. They didn't have the defense. They didn't have the offense. So we're going to see. They could be. I think their ceiling is probably number 4 at best. At worst, they could miss the playoffs with everybody healthy as well. So I'm not impressed with them either. Can IQ become efficient? This is important, okay? This is important. IQ has to shoot better than 40% from the field. He shot 40% his first 2 years. You cannot have a successful career if you don't know how to shoot. He's a pure shooter. He shot 90% from the free throw line. He shot well from three-point line, in the 30s, 35 to 38%, whatever it is. He shot well. But getting in that lane, he needs to be able to finish. He has to finish at least at a 45% clip. To have any type of career in the future. He has to be poised, and he has to know that he's not trying to beat anybody. I think with him, he's trying to win the role, to win Tip's heart. And I think he got Tip's heart last year. He played a lot of big fourth quarter minutes, but he has to be efficient. Who's going to finish games? Is IQ finishing the games? IQ was the guy. At the end of last year, he was finishing all the games. Derrick Rose is back. Quentin Grimes, great offseason. Cam Reddish, they need to showcase him. RJ needs to showcase. There's a lot. I don't know if IQ finishes games this year. So we got to figure that out about IQ. Will Tibbs consider starting IQ? I had to put this in here. No, he's not. There's something that when you're known as a 6th man off the bench, that's what your role is. It's like Hollywood. Once you do a specific role that makes everybody laugh, they want you to do that same role in every movie. So you get typecasted. So I think IQ's been typecasted as a 6th man off the bench. I don't think he's going to start. And again, Jalen Brunton is going to have the ball in his hands. IQ's going to have to play off the ball. Derrick Rose is going to have the ball in his hands. IQ's going to have to play off the ball. Is IQ going to be able to continue to develop his playmaking skills? He needs the ball in his hand. He needs that time. The only thing that I can think of is Derrick Rose goes down with an injury and IQ takes over and he's directing, but you can't direct once every 3 weeks. You got to do it consistently. So we're going to see how it goes. And this is important because he's going to be a true combo guard. He has to be able to shoot, play off the ball, and to handle the ball as well. Number 2, how long will it take Jalen Brunton to gain chemistry with the team? He was the number 2 player, and when Luka, some argue this, the best player, the top 3 player in the world, went out against Utah, you were like, oh, they're done. Jalen Brunson was dropping 40 easy. He had all the shots. He had shooters around him. Like, how is he going to fit in with the team? And again, he had a spread offense. He had 4 shooters around him, and he had the paint to himself. He didn't have a rim runner like Mitch. Julius, can he shoot? RJ, can he shoot? Like, they can't shoot like Maxi Kleber, Tim Hardaway Jr., Reggie Bullock. Like, Jalen Brunson had shooters around him. He had the paint to himself. The paint, I feel, is going to be clogged. Can he adjust? Is he going to be better off the ball? Is he going to be the one that spreads the floor himself? Let RJ take it to the basket, and then you do the catch and shoot at the three-point line. I don't think they paid him to be a catch and shoot player. So we got to see how that chemistry, works itself out. And it's not going to be overnight. Can he be the lead ball handler? Luka had the ball in his hands 98% of the time when he was playing there. Jalen played well with the ball when he had it, but he was in limited situations when Luka was getting a breath on the bench. Can he be the guy with the ball in his hands all the time? Like, can he do that? Like, we have to figure that out. Again, Julius and RJ have to, in my opinion, have to hit the corner three this year. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We can't have funky nights where Julius is 0 for 7 and RJ is 1 for 6. You can't have it. If you're going to have Jalen go into the basket and you're going to have him creating in the post and he's going to do pick and roll with Mitch and they're going to double, they're going to do what they got to do if Jalen is rocking and rolling. RJ, you got to hit that shot. Julius, you got to hit that shot. Plain and simple. You know Quentin is going to hit that shot. You know Evan Fournier is going to hit that shot. You know IQ is going to hit that shot. Tibbs is not a modern offensive coach. He's not going to surround Jalen Brunton with 4 shooters, as I think he should, because Jalen Brunson has proven that he can do that. I think the best thing that Jalen Brunson can hope for is he gets to play with Isaiah Hartenstein. He gets to play with Obi Toppin. He gets to play with Quentin Grimes, and he gets to play with IQ. I think that lineup, that mimics the Dallas lineup. It's just 4 shooters and letting Jalen attack. Like, that's the best lineup. Maybe you play Jalen to start because you paid him all that money. You pay him, you play him for 3 minutes, but mainly he comes off that with that bench unit, and you bring in IQ early, or you bring in Derrick Rose early, because Derrick Rose has a good repertoire with Julius Randle. Let Derrick Rose play with him early on. I would actually prefer to bring Jalen off the bench. I know it's blasphemy, but I would prefer. I think he's better with 4 shooters around him. He can't have cloggers in the lane. He cannot. All right, that's exactly my point. Whose paint is it? Is it Julius's paint? Is it RJ's paint? Is it Mitchell Robinson's paint? Is it Jalen's paint? Like, we can't have 4 people in the paint. It doesn't work that way. It's not going to work. Unless we were running the triangle offense, which we're not. Heaven forbid. We're not doing that. So whose paint it is? And I think it's Jalen Brunson. He has proven he can score 40 in a playoff game. Julius has not proven shit. RJ has not proven shit. So we got to be focused here, okay? So let's work with what works, and hopefully they give Jalen Brunson the ball. They surround him with 4 shooters, and we keep it moving. Number 1, this is the most important thing. Is RJ Barrett the guy? Is he the guy? Okay? We didn't trade him for Donovan Mitchell. We didn't trade him for any other player. We gave him that extension. He has impressed and increased his productivity every year that he's been in the league, from 12 points to 15 points to 18 and now to 20. In my opinion, he needs 24 points a game. 24 points a game. He needs to do that kind of stuff. He needs to be in consideration for an all-star. If he's not, the Knicks ain't going nowhere this year. It's not going to happen. He needs to be the guy, or that dude. Remember Kevin Durant said, yo, I'm that dude? Is RJ that dude? And we saw that dude against Miami when he dropped 46. RJ, or against the Lakers, and the buzzer beater against the Celtics, he needs more of those games. He needs to take over, say, get the hell out of the way. I'm dominating right now. Is RJ that guy? Either we know this year or we move him. We move him, we get Devin Booker, we get somebody else. We got to figure it out this year. This is make or break for RJ. He has a year where he has that poison pill in his contract, but in the offseason next year, it's not going to be there. RJ, I'm telling you, if you ever see this video, anybody shows you this video, you need to take over. You need to be that dude. RJ, the free throws. You can't go 3 for 5, bro. You can't go 4 for 7. Basically, I think it's a successful season if RJ is going up to the line and taking the technical free throws. If RJ is going up and taking technical free throws, then he's made the jump. He's there. He has to make his free throws. It's imperative. It's imperative. He has to. Everybody makes fun of him. He only goes left. Julius goes left. Jalen goes left. You got to finish with the right hand. And he's actually right-handed. He shoots with his left, but he's right-handed. He has a nice finish with the right hand. He has to try to do it. So, like, these were my top 10 things that I'm looking at this year to determine whether or not the Knicks are going to make any kind of noise. Now, again, this is not a championship level team as far as I'm concerned, but I do think that the Knicks have the opportunity and the ability. Call me crazy. I think they can finish top 4 in the East. You saw those question marks. I only got 2 guarantees in the East. That's it. Everybody else, who the hell knows? Injuries, COVID, domestic battery like Miles Bridges. Who the hell knows what's going to happen? The NBA is a soap opera. What's going to happen? So you can laugh at me as you want. Bookmark this video. I promise you we're going to be talking about the Knicks all year long. So look out for more content on YouTube. We're going to figure it out early on. We're going to see this preseason game that's just going to start in a few minutes. and we're going to see what happens with everybody. So thank you guys so much. Look out for more Knicks content. We're on this with this Knicks videos, and we're excited for this year. We're excited. We'll catch you on the next one.